morning, everybody. Thank you. Okay, let's get started. Good morning. There we go. My name is Kornbluth. As MIT's president, I'm delighted to welcome you all, parents and students of the class of 2027. So in a few moments, I'll introduce you to the people on stage with me, and then we'll hear from three fascinating faculty speakers who all happen to be MIT graduates. But first, I want to share a few thoughts with you about the community you're about to join and the kinds of opportunities you'll find while you're here. Now, as many of you probably know, I have not been here very long. And like you, I had to make a big decision to come to MIT. I had a job I loved at a university where I'd spent almost 30 great years. And people asked me, why give that all up? It's a good question. But the answer is that MIT was irresistible. The opportunities to make an impact, the amazing hands-on nature of an MIT education, the reverence for science, and just like you, I thought, I have to be here. MIT's learning by doing culture is one of the things that really appealed to me. In my own academic career, hands-on research has been one of my very favorite things. Initially, I wasn't even planning a major in science, but I took a class on human biology and became fascinated about how cells function. And when I stepped behind the microscope, I realized I loved doing fundamental research, designing experiments, and working with a dedicated team to solve interesting problems. Now, as an MIT student, you can do this kind of research through undergraduate research opportunities, or UROPs. These can range from working in a biology lab to anything that intrigues you: computer science, architecture, nuclear engineering, music. UROPs are an unmissable opportunity, and the numbers tell the story here. More than 90% of MIT undergrads do at least one UROP. Now, if real-world research with renowned MIT faculty sounds a bit intense, it is. And intense describes a lot of what you'll find at MIT. But every one of you is more than up to the challenge, and here's how I know. Our Dean of Admissions, Stu Schmill, himself class of 1986, has an incredible track record for selecting just the right combination of students for each incoming class. And he's done it again this year. So set your mind at ease. You belong here. And if you get frustrated or feel stuck, as we all do, please remember you are not alone here. You're surrounded by a community of caring people. So if at any time you feel like you could use some support, academic, professional, personal, do not hesitate to ask. I know it is not always easy to ask for help. But as everyone up here today will tell you, sometimes the only way to succeed in facing a big challenge or solving a tough problem is to admit that there's no way that you can do it all by yourself. Another tip, sometimes you need to step away from work and have some fun. So MIT has about 450 official student organizations, so you're sure to find one or two groups doing the kinds of things you like to do or would like to try. So even if it feels a little bit risky, you can join a group that sounds interesting, practice a new skill, or volunteer to serve others in the communities beyond campus. So when you come back to the problem that's been vexing you, all these activities will allow you potentially to come to new ideas for solutions, and you'll probably have made some new friends along the way too. Now, I would like to introduce these very helpful, supportive people on stage with me. All four of them are eager to support your success at MIT. So first is our provost, Cynthia Barnhart, and Cindy, yay! Cindy runs the academic side of MIT, the schools, the department, the faculty, the degree programs. So an enormous job. Our provost has 2 MIT degrees, and her research interests include transportation, logistics, and airline operations. And with her extensive backgrounds in systems engineering, she's able to keep all of MIT's moving parts working together at maximum efficiency. She's also played a huge role in expanding MIT's idea of mind and hand to also include an emphasis on heart. Next is Chancellor Melissa Nobles. And her focus is student well-being and academic success. She's a political scientist with research interests that include civil rights and restorative justice. Chancellor Nobles has been a member of the MIT community for more than 25 years. For 6 of them, she served as dean of what we call MIT's secret weapon, the School of Humanities, Arts, and Social Sciences. This ensures that all MIT students graduate with backgrounds in the humanistic fields that are vital to being an effective leader in any field. Now, I'd also like to introduce Vice Chancellor Ian Waits. Ian is a professor of aeronautics and astronautics who spent 6 years as dean of MIT's School of Engineering. His research has led to advances in gas turbine engines, fluid mechanics, and combustion, but for now, he's focused on the inner workings of academic and student life at MIT. Vice Chancellor Waits is known for his collaborative style, and he works closely with students, faculty, and staff to understand all aspects of the student experience and to find innovative ways to make it better. And now, Vice Chancellor and Dean for Student Life, Susie Nelson. You will definitely get to know Susie. She oversees everything from housing and dining and support services to a wide range of programs that make MIT much more fun. Not surprisingly, Dean Nelson's favorite part of the job is working with students, and her team is dedicated to making sure all of you succeed and thrive in every possible way, intellectually, physically, spiritually, personally. Her office is on the first floor of Building 4, which you will eventually locate, and she wants you to know that the door is always open. Now, if you're feeling pretty lucky to be joining this incredible community, I want you to know that we feel even more lucky. We are so delightful and grateful that you chose to bring your talent, energy, curiosity, creativity, and drive here to MIT. And we're thrilled to be starting this new year with all of you. Now, in a moment, 3 MIT faculty will try at lightning speed to give you a sense of what it's like to live, study, and work here. And I have to say, as a new president traveling around and hearing all these wonderful faculty, it's amazing what you're going to find here. But for today, I will introduce all 3, and then each one of them will come to the podium in sequence. So first, we have Jinhua Zhao, who's a professor of city and transportation planning. He studies planes, trains, and automobiles, and bikes, and scooters, and buses. And he investigates not just how people move from place to place, but what motivates their behavior. Professor Zhao is dedicated to helping the world decarbonize transportation. He sees transportation as a language that can describe the character of individuals and cities and enable understanding across cultures. We then have Bonnie Berger, who is a professor of mathematics and leads the Computation and Biology group at MIT's Computer Science AI Lab, otherwise known as CSAIL. Her research spans 10 different fields, from comparative genomics and bioinformatics to cryptography, cancer research, and virology. She draws meaningful insights out of enormous amounts of data and describes her work as a mashup where everything informs everything else to make it better, which, when you think of it, is a really great description of MIT. And Amos Winter is an associate professor of mechanical engineering. He has led the creation of a desalination system to provide communities with affordable drinking water and a low-cost prosthetic foot that can be tailored to an individual's body weight and size. But he's probably best known as the co-instructor of the famous MIT course 2007. This culminates in a student robot robot competition. One good way to learn how to build something, well, is to build it and then send it into battle, apparently. I know you're going to enjoy hearing from all of these speakers, so let's start. Please join me in welcoming Professor Zhao.
Thank you, President Kornbluth. Good morning, everyone. I would like to ask everybody 3 questions in the 5 minutes conversation here. When I say everybody, include the family and the friends here, as well as our student, of course. Question number 1, what did you have for dinner last night? Picture that. Hope the MIT dining has been treating you well so far. How much time did it take you to finish the dinner? 30 minutes? Or 2 hours with your family and friends? How much did it cost you? $5 or $50? Right? How much carbon dioxide did that dinner embody? 50 grams? 5 kilos? Or half a ton? Most of us, despite at MIT even, have no clue. We couldn't even get the order of magnitude right. And this is actually true for every aspect of our life. When we buy a jacket, drink a beer, renovate our kitchen, or run a deep neural network. So the society has a precise accounting of all the activity we do on money and time, but not carbon. Why? Is it too complicated? Yeah, indeed it's complicated to track everything through the complex supply chain. But to track money through today's financial system is also not simple, but somehow we do it. So it's not a matter of capacity, it's a matter of priority. Time, money, and carbon. At MIT, we argue that we need to establish all 3 of them as the fundamental unit of social accounting, so that every single one of them can make a meaningful choice, and so that we can translate our national carbon commitment to the actions by each individual. Question number 2, what's the spirit of MIT? That seems a very abstract question to answer. I'll leave you to ponder throughout your 4 years here. But let me give you one example. I know many of you are going to meet your professor, right? During the first meeting, I'd like to think about it. What are you going to say to your professor? Let me give you 2 scenarios. Number 1, in most universities, the professor will say, oh, what do you want to do here? The student will say, oh, I want to change the world. The professor will smile kindly and then say, oh, go finish your homework first. Scenario number 2, at MIT, the professor will ask, oh, what do you want to do here? The student will respond, well, I want to change the world. The professor will smile kindly and then ask, which part of the world do you want to change? Here at MIT, which part of the world do you want to change is a technical question. Climate change is a good place to start. What can we do? Let me ask 2 things. 1, I invite all of us today, students, family, friends, faculty, staff, to think about what can you do today, as of now, when you go back home. 3 things you can do to reduce your carbon. Think about now. I'll give you 10 seconds to really think about it. What are 3 things you can do to reduce your carbon emission? And hopefully, then go do it. Right? And secondly, this is a question to all the freshmen today. Right? To think about what's your plan in the next 4 years? What do you want to do at MIT to solve the climate change problem? Let me give you an example. Within our faculties, there's an intense debate. For example, should we solve climate change with technological solution? With better hydrogen, better battery, better carbon sequestration, better nuclear fusion? Or should we solve the climate change with behavior change? So each one of us can behave differently. So which pathway are you going to take? Please join the debate. Are you going to take this as an engineering problem, a planning problem, or a business problem? Do you want to take a political perspective or cultural perspective? At MIT, students here, of course, to learn, but more importantly, you are here to discover and to create. By the time you graduate in 2027, is some part of the world better because of you? Question number 3. What's the quality of an MIT student? That's also a very kind of high abstract question. But MIT is the best school in the world, but humility is the best quality of our student. Every one of us embodies that. But today, I would like to complement with additional emotion, pride. Pride is often seen as one of the deadly sins. But today, let me emphasize the better sense of the word. With pride, you care. You take a societal problem, such as climate change, as your own problem. Second, with pride, you take risk. Different parts of society have a different tolerance of risk. For example, public sector, the lowest. Their priority is stability. Private sector, higher, but still have a bottom line to guard. But in academia, we should have the highest tolerance of risk. In many ways, students and faculty, we are paid to fail so that others don't. To solve climate change, we need to know what is in our dinner. We need to ask the technical question, which part of the world do you want to change? And also, we need the humility to listen and the pride to act. Thank you.
Hello, class of 2027. Welcome to MIT. Today is the beginning of an exciting, mind-expanding, and life-changing journey. You have each worked incredibly hard to get here. Your accomplishments and successes have led you to be at the very top of your respective high school classes. You have proved to the world, to your family, and to yourself that you are smart, skilled, able to work hard, and capable of performing at the highest level. And now you are here together, the best and the brightest. That is both wonderful and, well, a little frightening. You might be asking yourself, do I deserve to be here? Can I do this? Am I good enough? Will I make it? Let me assure you, yes, you are meant to be here. Let me also say that the coming years will present new challenges and endless opportunities. Now, this is a different analogy than the year's theme, but imagine for a moment that you are standing at the base camp of a huge mountain range. You are here together looking up because this is the start of your climb. This is not a solo climb. You have classmates, faculty, staff, and advisors who are hiking and climbing with you. You will learn about your strengths and your weaknesses. You will also learn that you are connected to your fellow climbers. These will become your lifelong friends and future colleagues. Sometimes you will need to lend a hand to a friend, and sometimes you will need to get help and reach out to a fellow climber or teammate for guidance and support. Your path will be hard and confusing at times. It will be rocky and steep. But suddenly, you'll come to a clearing and it will be an easy stroll. There will be days when you seem like you're in a deep fog, but then, perhaps when you least expect it, the sun will emerge and everything will be clear. For sure, there will be times when you will struggle. You will wonder and worry about a problem set, or an exam, or perhaps upcoming Europes or internships, and you're probably worried about your major, and some of you already might be worried about your careers. Well, here's some advice as you embark on your journey. Accept that your path is not yet defined, a theme already alluded to. These are the years to open your eyes, expand your horizons, develop and explore new interests, test innovative ideas, embrace new challenges, take advantage of the amazing range of courses that this great university offers. You are here to build a deep and rich repertoire of knowledge that will enable you to see the world in new ways and meet unexpected challenges. Learn a new language, delve into engineering courses, study art, try new things. Open your mind to all that is around you. It will not only be fun, but it will enrich all aspects of your life. And there might be a wonderful twist ahead. My daughter graduated MIT in 2021 with a degree in mathematics. And during her time here, she became fluent in both Korean and Japanese. Your professors, TAs, and staffs are here to guide you. This is the time to seek advice, to ask questions, and to get support and guidance. There is little doubt that MIT hosts many of the world's most amazing scientists and engineers. It can be intimidating at times, even for faculty like me. But don't let that stop you from seeking them out and asking the quote-unquote stupid question. They will teach you to speak their language, and they will help you to understand the challenges that confront us in an entirely new light. I have every confidence that this journey will be one of your life's most amazing experiences and will lead you to great places. As we look at the mountain range ahead, it is you, our young explorers, who will define and chart our path. It is you who will help find the cure for childhood cancer, or the next cure. Stop global warming, as we've heard about, feed the millions across the world, and keep the next pandemic from taking such an enormous toll. These are just some of the challenges that we know about. There will surely be others that we have not yet to foresee. Open your minds, learn from those around you, and chart a new path to make the world a better place. Lace up your boots, class of 2027, and get started on this exciting journey ahead. Congratulations.
Good morning, folks. I just got back from India yesterday. I was there working with two of our partners to plan out the commercialization steps for a water purification and prosthetic foot technology created in my lab that President Kornbluth actually mentioned. This trip entailed one of my favorite parts of my job, synthesizing information from many different contexts, business, culture, policy, with engineering theory to create technologies that are primed for adoption and impact in the developing world. I got my start in developing world technology when I was a graduate student here at MIT. My previous work was focused on underwater and space robotics, But after my master's, I wanted to follow my girlfriend to Tanzania to do a summer project focused on an engineering challenge. Through an MIT Public Service Center fellowship, a wonderful program I encourage you to check out, I landed a project assessing the state of wheelchair technology in the country. I spent the summer talking to wheelchair users, manufacturers, and disability groups to understand that current wheelchairs were not well suited to users who live in rural areas and who often have to travel long distances to work or school. I realized during that summer that I had the training and resources to do something about the problem and set out to design a better wheelchair for rural areas of the developing world. A device that could go fast and efficiently on rough terrain, but also be small enough to use indoors. What I created, using my knowledge of mechanical engineering, was a new machine that used a simple lever drivetrain made of bicycle parts, where the user could move their hands up and down the levers to change mechanical advantage, like shifting gears on a mountain bike. Through the following years, I worked with many undergraduate students through the Undergraduate Research Opportunities Program, or UROP, another program I highly recommend you check out that President Kornbluth mentioned, to build, test, and field pilot our wheelchair prototypes in Tanzania, Kenya, Uganda, Guatemala, and India. The device we created was low cost, repairable with local tools and materials, and drastically enhanced the mobility of wheelchair users in rural areas. One of those Europe students is still the CEO of the company we founded, which distributed thousands of wheelchairs throughout the developing world and currently sells a variant in the US that is approved by the VA, available in many national parks, and is the official wheelchair of the Spartan Race obstacle course competition. I chose to share this story of my wheelchair work with you for two reasons. First, it was the most influential experience in my time at MIT and made me realize what I wanted to do with my career, which is create technologies that positively impact people in developing countries, the aim that continues in my research group, the Global Engineering and Research Lab. Second, it taught me about what it takes to tackle technical challenges that are global in scope. I had to synthesize my training as a mechanical engineer with insights and understandings from far outside my core expertise related to user needs, purchasing structures, distribution mechanisms, culture and stigmas against disability, and value propositions that would drive dissemination by funders and adoption by users. This ability to synthesize a myriad of real-world factors with deep knowledge of your technical area is what you are going to learn at MIT and what you will leverage to impact the world when you leave MIT. As a counterexample, I'm sure all of you have felt the whirlwind of excitement and fear about ChatGPT and other forms of AI. These tools are all built on pattern matching existing information, finding trends, and producing new configurations of information along those trends. When I asked ChatGPT to generate a bedtime story for my son, it has plenty of examples of prose and format to pull from. But when I asked ChatGPT, how do we solve climate change? It said, solving climate change requires a combination of global efforts. This includes transition to renewable energy sources, promoting energy efficiency, reforestation, sustainable land use, reducing emissions from transportation, industry, and agriculture, and fostering international cooperation to set and achieve emission reduction targets. Individual actions, government policies, and technological advancements all play a crucial role in addressing this complex issue. Well, duh. ChatGPT was able to tell me what we need to do, but it has no idea how we can do it. That's where you come in. Your career is going to drive a renaissance of technological innovation to address climate change as well as other challenges related to energy, transportation, and water. Challenges that do not have existing solutions from which to pattern match. Solving these problems will require humans' unique and innate ability to synthesize information from multiple sources and conjure creative solutions that did not exist before. You all represent the smartest, most creative, and driven members of your generation. In the next 4 years, and for the rest of my life, I can't wait to see what you can do. Thank you.
Thanks so much. I really want to thank our speakers, Professor Zhao, Berger, and Winter, for their inspiring remarks. And a big, big thank you also to the Office of the First Year, our orientation leaders, and everyone in the Division of Student Life for offering a warm welcome to our new students. Now we have a few final bits of housekeeping and then a little music. So, parents and families, you are invited to join Vice Chancellor Nelson in the Johnson Ice Rink at 12:30 for an information fair and lunch. On your way, you're welcome to stop and say hello to me, to Chancellor Nobles, to Vice Chancellor Waits. And because COVID is still hanging around, let's play it safe, skip the handshakes, and take photos instead. Members of the class of 2027, you are invited to brunch in your residence halls with your heads of house and graduate residence advisors at 12:30. And for our finale, I invite everyone to stand and join me and the Chorallaries in singing the school song. You will find the words on the orientation app. So thank you all for coming. All right.
Arise, all ye of MIT, in loyal fellowship, the future beckons unto ye, and life is full and rich. Arise and raise your glass on high, tonight shall ever be a memory that will never die for ye of MIT. Thy sons and daughters, MIT, return from far and wide, and gather here once more to be renourished by thy side. And as we raise our glasses high to pledge our love for thee, we join all those of days gone by in praise of MIT. Oh, I wish that I were back again at Tech on Boylston Street, dressed in my dinky uniform, so dapper and so neat. I'm crazy after calculus, I never had enough. 'Twas hard to be dragged away so young, 'twas horribly awfully tough. Hoorah for technology, ology, ology, oh, glorious old technology, ology, ology, oh. Back in the days that were free from care in the ology varsity shop, with nothing to do but analyze air in an anemometrical top. The differentiation of the trigonometric powers, the constant pi that made me sigh in those happy days of ours. Hoorah for technology, ology, ology, oh, glorious old technology, ology, ology, oh. Take me back on a special trip to the Glorious Institute. I yearn for the inspiration of the technological toot. I take me back, oh take me back. But how will it look to go again? Oh take me back to tech. La 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 la. O MASSACHUSETTS INSTITUTEOFTE CHNOLOG and Y comes after G. It's the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Hey!